Father Precious Lord, I want to also pray about the situation with the Multicultural Activity Club that I started in Sunrise Lakes Phase 4 in February of last year, God. Father God, you know when I started this club, Carolyn Johnson was nowhere around. She was nowhere part of it. I walk around with a sheet of paper and get everybody to sign. Then I get them to sign up, etc. And only when she said that she's going to help me get some members, so we get a 25 members if we needed to get a club. She signed up Sister Estrella, who she knows would never come. She signed up a neighbor and she was asking me if I want her husband, who had already passed away several years, but she said a year. But I tell her I don't need it. And then next time when I'm saying I need people who actually come out to the meetings and support the sponsors, that's when, I have to preach that to them how many times before they understand. She says she thought I just want head. But the lies is going to do for them. But from the time. Right. So, anyways, during last year when she was vice president, I asked her to be vice president, and she said she was going to be temporary. And during last year when she misses a lot of meetings and events, which they're not talking about. They're only talking about 2 times that I was late. They're harping about that. But God is great, and God witnessed who started it, who did what and what. They're saying how they did everything and I did nothing. I take credit for all this lies. But from the time Yvonne make her president in February of this month, they gang up against me. All these people yell and scream and shout against me. They talk down, they bend their head and they talk into phones. They make false recordings. After false recordings, mute and pause. They bring out they bring out their computer for audio video record me when Yvonne is talking and she got her computer there. She mute the computer and Carolyn shout out she don't want it. They're talking about she don't want the club and she did wanted it. They tell lies, they gang up against me constantly. They attack me. 4 of them assaulted me. Arlene assaulted me. Arlene Hadley. Wes Weber assaulted me on my first meeting on March 31st of 2023. Then she continued to be nasty to me. She'll hold phone down. She'll yell and scream and shout at me. She'll mute it when she do that. And then when she unmute it, she'll go and she'll lies and she'll lie and she'll lie so much desperately. And when I tell other people she did, and Carolyn Johnson assaulted me in June month at the Juneteenth music festival in Tamarack. And then Sonia Patterson assaulted me at the pool party in August, and then in August, our meeting in August, they get as much people to show up from the club. I even get to plan and plot, and they all scream and shout and throw their hand in the air because they didn't want to hear my side. They did not want to hear me talk about the assaults and how they assault me and stuff. But they're plan and they plot, and then Yvonne says after the multicultural dance gala that we had already planned, that I would be no more in the club, take it over. But they had already changed everything, whoever they contact, and suck up and kiss a password and whatever, and they had already take me off of it. But God is great. I was already planning on plotting and telling all these lies, making all these false videos, video recording, and whatnot for me to know. Sam sees pressing his phone and he's saying, I can work as Sunita when he mute the phone, he's saying that he's making all kind of other false recordings. Well, he and his wife will meet, but they're always ganging up and stuff. And anyways, with God's grace and power, then I said, 3 days after the gala, Yvonne said, the Carolyn says, she demanded the money, the balance, and they tell all these lies and things. So I give it to them. And now they write the thing in and they're saying, they announce and say how the club is under new leadership and all these things. But I don't talk to none of them because they gang up against me. They lie endlessly. They make all kinds of false recordings. They tell desperate lies. They verbally abuse me. They physically assault me at the gala. Or let her walk across and she hit me. She hit me. They all raise their hands and hit me. They all assaulted me. Then another guy from the community by the name of Robert Anderson assaulted me at the Labor Day thing. 3 times he hit me on my shoulder for no reason at all. We're not friends. He lied against me. But every single thing that I attended a Sunrise Express where I had a ticket for, and they only accuse and blame me. Even got people them editing the security camera so they only can see me and hear me with an nasty and hear nobody else. With God's grace and power, where they're going to meet. But the reason that I'm praying again about this situation is that 2 Sundays ago or so, I was at a clubhouse and the Shamsi's passing by me and he's yelling on top of his lungs, hello. And then today I was at line dancing and they came out for gang up against me with all their plan and the plot. Or they're publishing where they say, or the Juliet go, she can't wait when everything I said when they plan and plot to kick me out, they kick me out of the club that I started, and all the lies that they tell, the aspirational lies, all the false accusation with God's grace and power. All I pray that it return back to them because they assaulted me, they abuses me endless, they scream and they yell at me, they make false recording, they mute their phone and they mute their laptop and computers where they bring to the video record me, and they yell and scream at me together. Many of them, all of them do it. But God's grace and power, God witness it. Nobody is believing me because there's so many of them against me. So today in the line dancing, this is beginner's class line dancing. Carolyn Johnson for the last 13 years, because she traveled a lot and her primary residence was Philadelphia, she used to always go to the Tamarack Center for line dancing. And says she don't like Sunrise X Phase 4. She used to criticize and condemn Sunrise X Phase 4 as well as Marianne. And she used to go there, but she never buy a pass or anything. And anyways, that's another story by itself. But today that they go to line dancing, they all gang up and go there. Watching me, so she comes to she turn around and she see me in the class, and she come to her bag and her phone because that's what they normally just do, and press phone, and then she start barking out, hello Sunita, like that, and staring me down. She's been staring me down like cowboys rope. I was there Friday night when they had a calendar blank, but they were throwing up the recreation chairman was throwing a big party for the Carolyn Johnson was there, the president of the Latin Club was there, and many other people was there, but it had nothing on the calendar. And the next night they were having dance at the Latin Club, and I just happened to be there, went to use the jacuzzi, and they're coming out, and she's coming out, the Carolyn staring me down, she was staring me down like cowboys rope, like from beginning of times. But their lies and their hands, each and every one of them, the hands would have raised and assaulted me and hit me, and they're shouting and they're saying things which is lie, aspirational lies. They're going to meet it, but God's grace and power is going to return back to them on their loved ones. I will pray night and day, but I want to pray today because this, just happened. It's prolonging. They're all saying and they're talking at your remarks and they're watching shit at the Carolyn Johnson got the Gigi who used to harass me and lie, and she and all the people around the table when I shout and yell and call me all kinds of names, and then must see whoever they got editing the security camera must take them off. They have them tailored Evans that's been harassing me for tickets, only me. Every time they take the ticket off of the stub off of the door, they will see me go down there and buy ticket at the office. They will see me come in and take the ticket stub, and then when I did by myself, she would attack me and she would holler for ticket, and even when I show her, she's still going to spread it in the whole community how me don't buy ticket for go there. But with God's grace and power, she gonna meet it. She gonna meet it. And Marianne and all of them say Marianne's excited. When I go to tell Marianne, I said Marianne shout out that she got a right for harass me, that they all got a right. But Yvonne gonna meet with God's grace and power, and it hit them. They're not gonna hit them. But all I do is praying, because all I do is pray. I pray, and I pray about the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, with all the wrong things that I have and I do, and all the false recordings I make, and there's false things that are spreading against me, and every abuses and discrimination and harassment, because I'm the only Indian to go there. They have people from phase 3 that that don't pay no recreation fee in this community, and they've always been attending all this line dancing, and they never pay the guest pass either, and God is witnessing that. There are people for pass them in. God is witnessing. God is witnessing how much Latinos live in this community, and they live with a second generation of the mother in Nicaragua, and they live with an aunt here for over 15 years, and how much of them are renting from homeowners here and living in here, how much of them come in here, young and live by themselves, and everybody, because there is history. And how they go against us because we are Indians, and they still even throwing remarks and signs every day. Every day she come with 2 and 3 people and throwing signs and remarks, and it's all desperation-alized. But with God's grace and power, they're going to see that and they're going to beat it. They will watch me, and they got camera, but they still accuse me wrongfully, all wrong. They're still, I don't say nothing to them because they abuses me, they assaulting me, they're lying against me, they gang up against me. Like 25 of them gang up against me when I yell and scream and shout and point finger and reck down for me and throw hands in the air and all these things that they do. With God's grace and power, God witness it. They're burying their head in phone and they say something different from what they falsely accused me of. That was what Yvonne was doing. But Yvonne gonna meet with God's grace and power. But she gonna meet. We're gonna return back to she for everything that she do to me, all the lies I should tell. And the Carolyn Johnson, the Joan Lonnie, was jumping up to hit me. When Yvonne put them in a back room and put the three of them and then set up something for people watching the bingo and watching game night and everybody for watch and listen to me, and they will mute phone when they attacking me. They will mute it when they're falsely accusing me, but they tell so much lies, and with God's grace and power, the lies are gonna catch up with them. The lies gonna catch up with them, you know. They covered the club. They covered it and say it's their own and their ideas and all of this stuff, right? They don't want me inside it. Everybody hates me. They tell so much a lie. They're barking, they're shouting, they're yelling when they mute their phone, and God sees it when they hold it behind somebody else's ass and they're doing it. And they accuse me so much wrongfully that Arlene Weber, she tells so many lies, but there's no forgiveness. No forgiveness for her for all the desperate lies, all the false accusation against me and assaulting me. There's no forgiveness for Carolyn Johnson too. The good that she do, I always tell her she's going to receive the good, but then the bad things that she do, the lies that she fabricates and tells and spreads, the assault, there's no forgiveness for her for that. There's no forgiveness to Joan Lonnie jumping down with me and the lies. But I lie, there's no forgiveness to Sam C and Juliet, because Juliet has first started yelling and shouting at me from the first time Glenn was throwing big parties in the banquet hall.